At about 8:30 in the morning, a motor vehicle commonly referred to as a drone bearing former presidential candidate Dr. KIZZA Besigye and his aide Haji Obeid Lutale made its way to the Makindi-based General Court Martial under tight security. The two have been on remand at Luzira prisons for nearly 2 months, and they are facing charges related to national security and illegal possession of firearms and ammunition. They had been brought in court today for the mention of their case. Lawyers for the accused person started arriving at the court premises shortly after, and by 10 a.m. all of them had gathered, hoping to be allowed into the courtroom for the proceedings. The lawyers started with housekeeping issues, which they addressed to the chairman of the General Court Martial. They mentioned that their colleague DR KIZZA, who was last week convicted of contempt of court, was critical in the case.
The specific role he had been assigned in representing the accused persons. So we beg to be guided, Mr. Chairman, on how DR KIZZA is going to continue featuring in these proceedings as one of counsel.
A person who was convicted before this court is not there, and all the over 30 lawyers are here, that the right to doctor is violated. My answer is no, and if you want to seek constitutional interpretation, you can seek a constitutional reference on that. My understanding here, they say a lawyer of his or her choice. You can have more than one if you can, but to say you can be 30 and KIZZA has a specific role, to me that doesn't make sense.
The other matter of contention was whether it was safe to refer to the General Court Martial as a tribunal.
The judge advocate actually said that I could also be subjected to contempt proceedings for referring to this court as a tribunal. Whereas we are trying our best to keep saying court, I just wanted it to be on record, Mr. Chairman. The word tribunal is not derogatory at all. Tribunal refers to a court in the Oxford Dictionary, to a specialized court like yourselves, which is dealing with a specific court, a specific matter. You are not dealing with the general matter.
To say that we are going to borrow definitions or to have slips of tongue, I think me as the judge advocate of this court, you must call this court a court martial. That is the name that is in the UPDF Act. We are not going to adopt dictionary definitions.
After a lengthy legal disagreement on whether or not to refer to the court martial as a tribunal, the prosecution requested court to amend the charge sheet to introduce a new charge and a third accused person, but the defense immediately protested to this move.
During the course of investigations, some facts revealed that there is a serving UPDF officer who is connected to the offense. So we intend to have the charge sheet amended by addition of that officer, and we also intend to amend the charge sheet by adding there another count of treachery.
The chairman of the court martial adjourned the session for 15 minutes to determine the way forward. This was done in a closed session.
The amendment can be made in the course of the proceedings at any stage as long as no injustice will be caused to the accused persons. 2, that the hearing of this case has not started and no injustice will be occasioned to the accused persons. 3, in the premises of this court hereby allows the application to amend the charges as prayed by the counsel for the state. We so rule.
After the ruling, the accused persons were asked to take place on the amended charge sheet. Only Captain Dennis Ola, the newly introduced accused person, pleaded not guilty, but Dr. KIZZA Besigye and Obeid Lutale refused to take place.
Retired Dr. KIZZA Besigye, have you had understood the charge related on count 1?
I have heard, and I have issues with the charges, which my lawyers will present to you.
This Honorable Court has got no jurisdiction to entertain matters which are alleged to have been committed in Athens, in Switzerland, in Kenya.
After 6 hours of a fierce legal battle between lawyers of Kizza Besigye and Obeid Lutale and the prosecution, the chairman of the General Court Martial adjourned court to tomorrow for the ruling. Daniel Kibet, NTV.